Hello and welcome to Gig and Tell podcast. I'm Tash.
I'm Phil.
And today we're going to be talking about Philippa going to see Dinosaur Pile-Up and kind of the small artists that we've gone and saw recently, like the more niche ones, people that we've seen over the years. So tell me, Phil, how was Dinosaur Pile-Up when you went to see them? Where did you go? Tell me about it.
So we saw last week, it was Dinosaur Pile-Up at XOYO in Birmingham.
Okay, yeah, I've been there a couple of times.
Probably one of my favourite venues at the moment in Birmingham for small artists.
Really?
Incredible sound there every time. And just a much better vibe, I feel. I think the venue's just better regulated.
Okay.
As a venue, you know, you go to everyone dreads when the O2 Academy Birmingham is the venue.
I have never been to a venue that the aircon is so bad. Like, unless you are...
you have to be in the middle to get the aircon. As soon as you're even
on
remotely under the balcony, there's nothing. There's
It
no
is
aircon.
so hot.
Everyone
so hot.
dreads it. Whereas this one, you've still got a balcony, but it's just a better regulated venue. Everything about it is better. They've got bins in the room.
Nice.
Which I didn't love being by a bin because we ended up stood by a bin.
Right.
But
okay. At least we're trying.
Yeah, it saves you the awkwardness of like, have I got to throw this cup on the floor now or lose my spotlight? What do I do? Or do I hold it the whole time?
As an overthinker, it's a real problem.
Yeah, like Becky was relieved to be next to a bin. She was like, I could just throw my cup away.
Yeah.
But yeah, great venue, great band. It was my 4th time, I think, seeing Dinosaur Pile-Up. Mm-hmm. I know that they typically have a very cult following. You know, their fans go to the whole tour. They go to every show. I've only ever seen them once per tour, personally. Yeah. But yeah, it was really good. I've got to say, I hadn't listened to much of their new album before going.
Okay.
But it was kind of one of those where I really enjoyed seeing it live for the first time.
Okay, yeah.
That I quite like hearing new music for the first time live. But I do worry sometimes that it sets my expectations too high because I will enjoy it more live than I will recorded.
Yeah, definitely.
Every time.
Definitely. And I often find then, like, if it's that it's been out but you haven't listened to it and then you see it live, I always then come out thinking, I wish I'd have known that before because now I'm going to go home and listen and love and I'm going to be sad that I didn't appreciate it while I was there because I didn't know it. Yeah. Well, you appreciate it, but you can't fully enjoy it and sing along.
Yeah, it was an interesting one for sure. We had a very different crowd of us because I've always gone, like my first time seeing Dinosaur Pile-Up was with you and our brother. And then I've always gone just with Adam since then.
Yeah.
But this time there was like a whole group of us that was all just very strange because it was like Adam and a couple of his friends, a brother, one of his friends, and then there was me and our mum.
Right,
okay. She's always really loved Dinosaur Pile-Up. So we find I don't know, I think it was actually John, our brother, that asked her.
Okay.
So when they announced the tour, he was just like, "Oh, Mum, are you gonna come see Dinosaur Pile-Up?" And she was like, "Yeah, let's go."
And who are Dinosaur Pile-Up? What would you say, like?
Oh,
they've got a small following. You said a small-ish following.
It's a cult following. Like it's not huge. It's enough. They've played Download.
Wow. Okay.
They played Download after they released Celebrity Mansions, and they played like Backfoot and all the ones from that one that were amazing.
Yeah.
So they, you know, they're big enough. But they're just not like arenas, you know what I mean? They're a small venues band.
Yeah.
Very kind of, I'm not good at describing genres, but I would say kind of rock grunge.
Yeah, I think that it's hard because I think that a lot of artists kind of fall between genres. They don't always just sit in one genre.
It's not like it used to be where you were rock or metal.
Yeah. I would say that probably a grungy rock music is kind of a good way to describe them, but they're also catchy at the same time.
Very catchy.
Like,
for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's been a kind of wild ride with Dinosaur Pile-Up. I remember using them in my GCSE artwork at school.
Okay, that's cute. I didn't even know we'd been listening to them for that long. I definitely haven't.
It was more John.
Right.
I remember, you know, I knew enough. Well, at that point, I probably mainly knew white t-shirt and jeans, and maybe a little bit of a couple of others. But there was only that one album out.
Right. Okay.
There was only the Nature Nurture album at that point, and we were doing like an under the sea theme. Like this sketchbook was all fishes under the water and stuff, and we had to do a page with a lyric that was about the sea, and they just said, but you can't use Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid. Be creative.
I knew that everyone was just jumping straight on that.
Yeah, definitely. They probably didn't want people using Darling It's Better down where it's wetter, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true actually.
But I remember being really struggling to come up with a lyric I wanted to use that had like the ocean or the sea or something in it. And John suggested Cry 'Cause You Want to Create an Ocean.
Okay.
Which I think is Arizona Waiting.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But it's an opening lyric from one of the songs off the Nature Nurture album.
I'd have gone with My Oceans Were Lakes.
I don't think I'd discovered As It Is at that time. I kind of got into them in college, more so than school.
You think?
Yeah.
I think you listened to them in like year 10, 11.
Not enough for My Oceans Are Lakes. It would have just been like dial tones and the basics then.
Okay.
I properly delved into that album at college because I remember listening to it on the bus on the way in before you joined the course. That was the first time I went, I'm just going to listen to the whole album.
Fair enough. Sorry, you were saying. I completely interrupted
But
you.
yeah, I mean, I saw Dinosaur Pile-Up twice for the Celebrity Mansions album because I saw them on their, they did like a record tour before it came out.
Right.
Or around the time it came out. And we went to Bristol.
Okay,
and
I
we
love
saw
Bristol.
them at, I think it was Rough Trade in Bristol.
I don't know any other venues there, to be honest.
It was the same kind of vibe of your Youngblood at HMV Empire. It's that kind of, it's like in a record shop.
Yeah.
And they just have like a back room.
Also, I absolutely love an intimate gig.
Yeah.
I love an intimate gig. There's something about them that just...
Definitely. And they did like a sign-in and meet and greet after, but we didn't stick around. We just went for a drink and headed home. And then I saw them on the actual Celebrity Mansions tour, which I think was at the O2 Institute in Birmingham.
Okay.
And then this time at XOYO, which was probably my favourite, to be honest.
Okay.
It was just, I don't know, it's just incredible. It's a really good.
Good.
Very good show. Oh, favourite songs. See, I still I haven't listened to the new album properly, so I'm still huge on Celebrity Mansions.
So did they mainly play the new album?
They did a whole range. They did a bit of everything.
I love that.
I actually don't think they did White T-shirt and Jeans.
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy. Their encore was Back Foot.
Okay. Yeah.
And 11:11 and that kind of stuff.
I definitely need to re-listen to them because you're saying songs now that I forgot existed.
Yeah.
And I really, really liked back in the day.
Yeah. They have a whole catalogue of tunes, honestly. But that one was so fun, and obviously while I haven't listened to a lot of the new album, I'm aware of enough.
Yeah.
So when everyone in the crowd started barking,
I saw that on someone's story.
Yeah. I knew what was going on. Mum was very confused.
I would have also been very confused.
So one of their new songs is called Big Dogs. So everyone was barking because big dogs. And it's a very good song, to be fair.
Okay.
It's a very good song. Everything they played was... I think they did an incredible job considering Matt Bigland, the singer, was ill.
Yeah, he was severely ill, wasn't he? He cancelled tours and stuff prior.
Well, he also just had the flu this time.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
I'm on the wrong ill.
They had a rough time because he was diagnosed with Crohn's.
Oh, wow.
So that was when they had to cancel shows and they didn't do anything for a while. But that was all kind of going on during COVID as well, so it kind of elongated it.
Right, okay.
But yeah, he posted into the Shredders broadcast chat on Instagram that he got flu.
Oh.
So he was a bit like blocked up but you couldn't tell. He did an incredible job.
Amazing.
Did a really good job. Put on a great show.
Good stage presence.
Incredible stage presence. My only flaw with it, which I don't think was the case for the Manchester show that they did the other night, was the lighting.
Right.
Content was not gettable. All of the light was behind them.
Oh, no.
So when you tried to get any footage, it was just like a silhouette. That would have been my only like, but it didn't affect the show. It was just like if you wanted to get a video, you couldn't really see them.
Yeah.
Which is annoying when you pay extra for like the pro cameras on your phone so you can zoom in and get a good video, and then the lighting's too bad to do it.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, I always love a small venue.
I'm a fan of a small venue. O2 Institutes are one of my favourite venues, actually.
Institute's decent. Mm-hmm. It's in between for me. It's in between XOYO.
Okay.
And I mean, I don't like the Academy, but I do like having the opportunity to be at a smaller venue rather than like an arena.
I like the O2 Academy because of it being where, like, the location. It's easy to get to.
Very easy to get to without quite going into Brum. Like, you're not quite in like the centre.
Yeah.
We've absolutely nailed our parking spot for there.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely gatekeeping that.
We have. Yeah, I think that one of the smallest gigs I ever saw was actually probably where the first tour we saw of Dan and Shay, which was at the O2 Academy 3.
That was a really small one.
The smallest room in the O2 Academy, and I'm pretty sure, did they even have? Yes, they did have a support. Was it Kath McGrath?
Yes, it was Catherine McGrath,
who is a country singer. She's very, very good. I still follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, I still follow
all these
her.
years later.
She's so good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed seeing them because I'm pretty sure they only had one album out at the time.
They did. It was only 19 You and Me at the time. Great album.
I absolutely love old Dan and Shay.
Yeah.
I feel like I've really fallen off recently, but it's not because I don't like them anymore. I just haven't realised that they're releasing stuff and I've missed it.
I think there's been a few reasons for me, because the first two albums I absolutely loved. And I think the third one was alright as well. I don't think I listened to it as much as the first two. Yeah, we've seen Dan and Shay a few times. I think I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit. I think I got back into the kind of rock pop music a bit more than the country pop music.
Yeah.
So I kind of fell off it in that respect, but also I try and say that I don't do it anymore, but I massively just went, oh, they're going to get very mainstream now because they did 10,000 Hours with Justin Bieber, and I kind of was like, I don't want to be associated with what the new fans will probably be like. But to be fair, when I have heard their more recent stuff, they've gone a lot more country, and they probably actually don't have that following.
I think that Dan and Shay have such a charm about them. Like,
oh, they do.
I really love them too.
They're quite cheeky.
Yeah, cheeky, but such gentlemen.
Yeah.
Such gentlemen. I really, really, really love their whole aura, everything about them. And I've definitely fell off. I didn't realise how many albums they had. So we'd have known where it all began.
Oh, yeah.
Obsessed.
It wasn't 19 You and Me, it was where it all began. Yeah.
Obsessed and Dan and Shay. And then I definitely fell off. 2021, they released Now Good Things, which I've got a few saved of.
Yeah, I think I only know 10,000 Hours from that.
And then Bigger Houses, which actually came out in September 2023. I moved out into my first home in November 2023. And when we were debating whether to get the house or not, the downside of getting this house was about it being smaller than we were looking for. Mm-hmm. And I'm not joking you, while we were deliberating whether to put down an offer on it or not, this song came on shuffle, and like, you know when just a song describes everything that you're going through and like it's like perfect for the moment. They could not have released that song at a better time for me, and it so spoke to me, and that's when I kind of started listening to them again. But yeah, huge fan of Dan and Shay. I know that I like country pop music a lot more than you do, but we both, I feel like you've been through your phases. Like you say, you like your country rock more so than your country pop, but country pop is like obviously a massive culture thing at the minute. Like, it's huge.
I don't know a lot about it, but I'm quite a big fan more of the like original like folk country. Like we've got our friend Rosie, who's like massive on country music.
Huge country fan. Yeah.
But when she came over and I had my Spotify on like a full shuffle, so it was like literally anything could come on, and Colours by Donovan came on, and she was like, okay, I like country, but this is too much. And I was like, no, this is more probably like folk.
Harrison likes folky country. I'm definitely a country pop kind of Post Malone and Morgan Wallen and
See, I'm definitely
Luke.
more the other end.
I'm not even going to say Luke because I'm not getting slated for saying his name wrong. I'm not even going to say I'm not going to attempt
Luke
it.
Combs.
Luke Combs. I know that he says Combs, but people still call him Combs.
Yeah.
I'm not even getting into it. I feel like we've really strayed from Dinosaur Pile-Up.
That's
like
very
we were like
genre.
on one topic and now we've just completely switched. But did you have anything else to say on that topic?
No, well, we got onto that because we were on about the smaller gigs that we've seen.
Yeah, of course.
And I think mine would probably be more so ones at Sunflower Lounge. Another venue I really like, because I really like that if you are feeling the gigs a bit too much, you need a rest or whatever, you can go upstairs, go sit in the pub.
Sunflower Lounge in Birmingham is very, very close to the O2 Academy, actually.
Yeah.
A little bit more in town. But it's a really small gig. I've seen some great bands there, actually. Delights are a really small band that I don't even know what genre you'd put them in. They use a lot of like, is it synth that makes things sound 80s? Like, but they're like kind of pop. I don't really know how to describe them, but they're a really, really good band that are like really chill music to listen to.
I'd say they're probably a bit more indie, like pop indie pop.
Okay, yeah, indie pop, okay. We've seen them there. We saw Kate there.
Kate Canning.
Kate Canning, is that her name?
Yeah, that's her name.
Okay, she was really good.
She's an incredible singer. She's got lungs. Like, she's a very good singer.
I really, really like the Sunflower Lounge, actually.
They do so much at Sunflower Lounge. Like, I've seen, I saw Fizzy Blood there. I saw Sick Joy there.
That is probably the smallest venue I've ever been in. It is a tiny room.
It's very small.
I reckon you couldn't fit more than 100 people in that room, if that.
Yeah. When I saw Fizzy Blood there, I think it was Fizzy Blood, they did a Wall of Death.
How the hell can you do that in that room?
I was like, I think this room might be a bit small for a Wall of Death.
At least you can't get the power behind your run, because you can't run very far when in that room.
I stayed tucked in at the back by the bar for that one.
Jeez.
But that one was really good.
I like that venue because you know how sometimes you go to a concert and it's like a concert, like when we go to see Harry Styles, when I saw Taylor Swift, that kind of thing. But like sometimes I really like just a casual Friday night, feel like you're just going for a drink, for a bar, listen to some music. That's that kind of vibe of just like chilling. Like I like that you just go in to casually see a band. Sometimes that's just the one.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's how I feel about Sunflower Lounge.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, because like in between, like if they've got a support act before the main act.
Quite a lot actually at the Sunflower Lounge, like 3 or 4 bands on.
Yeah, but like you don't have to like stay sat around. Like you just stood around. Sorry, you can go and sit down. Yeah. If you want to.
There's like a whole like pub upstairs.
Yeah, so they've got the 2 separate bars then, so you can like it's never too busy at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a few there. I think even when we saw Labeled Dead, my boyfriend's band there wasn't much of a crowd, but the crowd that was there was having fun. Like you got people up on each other's shoulders and stuff, and there was probably only. It was a very small crowd.
Damn.
But they were having so much fun. It was like, I remember him saying, like, I'd rather have a crowd that size having that much fun than a massive crowd that stood still and didn't care.
Yeah.
But I remember people brought the vibes at that one. It was good fun.
Love it.
Very good fun.
Oh, I just love a concert. I love a gig. I actually always feel like the most, like, alive, the most me at a concert. Like I live for a concert and a gig. They're just the best.
It's very freeing when you've
Yeah.
Especially when you've had like a really crap day.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
You can go and just have a bit of a dance, have a jump around, have a scream if you want to, or have a bark if you're seeing Dinosaur Pile-Up.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait to get back into concert season. You've kicked yours off. Mine starts in 2 days' time with Knox, and back in concert season because it's been a good couple of months since we've had a concert. We usually have like at least one a month, if not more. Whereas we've had a pretty dry couple of months, and now I'm pretty sure we've got something on every week until like December.
Yeah, genuinely.
Like all through September, October, November, we've got shit on.
Yeah, we've gone through festival season. And we only did one festival this year, which was in like May.
Yeah.
So kind of, I think we did see a couple of shows in June, but then like July and August were just, everyone's just playing festivals and they're about to tour. So then everyone's announced their tours and we're just going to all the tours instead. Yeah. We probably would actually save money just going to festivals.
Yeah, true. See them all at
individual
once.
shows.
Yeah.
But half of the bands that we're seeing on these tours we actually saw at Slam Dunk as well, so...
Yeah, that's true. We saw them at the festival and we're still going to see them separately, so...
We're just addicted.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's going to be some good small ones coming up.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I'm really looking forward to, and we're going to have such a variety.
We've got a right mixture.
Every episode is going to be so different coming up.
Yeah, we're going to have to try really hard to stay on topic because, as noted, I can jump from one thing to another very, very quickly. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to the stuff we've got coming up. It's going to be a good end of the year.
It's going to be incredible.
2025 it's supposed to be.
Definitely. We have seen some incredible bands over the last few years. I feel like a lot of bands have reunited and come back for their massive shows. So, you know, we've seen the likes of Green Day.
One that was massive off my bucket list last year was Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne, yes.
Avril Lavigne was so good.
A very random one I remember seeing was a bit smaller and definitely had some funny stories was when we went to see Theory of a Dead Man.
Okay,
I think that was the O2 Academy 2.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Upstairs. I think it was 2. And I remember before we went trying to find out who the support act was, and I just couldn't find any information. Did not know who it was at all. And Dad dropped us off, and it actually turned out to be a band he really liked supporting because it was Royal Republic.
Oh wow, that's when we saw them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember getting in there and being like, these guys sound really familiar, but I hadn't heard any of their like more recent music. And then they did Full Steam Space Machine.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe Dad's dropped us off and not come into this.
I know.
Because he would have loved to have seen them again, but he's seen them anyway.
Yeah.
And then I thought Theory of a Dead Man were great. I really enjoyed that show. I don't know if I was quite their typical audience at the time. I think we were only 15, probably.
We were young when we went to that.
And then I remember at the end of the show, me and Mum going to get merch. I went to go and buy a t-shirt, and you sat at the side. And the I think it was the lighting guys brought over the set list for you and gave it to you. And they'd got all these like doodles on the side. I think they'd planned out like their ideal sandwich.
I don't remember.
Because there was like a burger bun or something at the top, and then they'd written like ham, lettuce, tomato, and like and then drawn another bun at the bottom.
That's funny.
And they'd just written like this band sucks and stuff all over it.
Interesting.
Like it's cool to have the set list because we swapped set lists.
We did. I don't remember what that one looked like so much because you got given a set list at all time low, didn't you? And
yeah.
I prefer all time low, and you preferred
Theory of a Dead Man,
so we swapped set lists.
But yeah, I was like, it's very cool to have that set list. But I don't. It kind of takes the magic away when you've just got writing on it that's like, this band sucks.
Yeah, definitely.
But I really enjoyed that show. I thought they put on a really good show.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're still going. I don't know.
I think they are. They played KK's recently, KK Steel Mill in Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
I didn't go to that one, but I remember seeing the announcement.
Who did we see at KK's?
I've not been to
John
KK's.
supported? No. Oh, where did we go?
You're
for that
thinking of Sick Joy when they supported Sick Joy.
That was good.
which I think it's changed names now. It was like the Hummingbird in Wolverhampton, but it wasn't KK's. That was somewhere else. Yeah, that one was good. That was a good show as well, and they were getting really annoyed at the lighting because the lighting was too bright on the stage or wasn't bright enough on the stage or something.
Yeah, so he came on.
So he just came into the crowd and started playing from the floor, and then eventually they actually sorted out what he wanted for the lighting on the stage, and he went back on the stage. But he had to throw a bit of a tantrum to get them to listen because he kept asking them to change it, and they just wouldn't. So he threw a bit of a hissy fit and got into the crowd instead.
He was a bit of a diva, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Love it. I actually think that one concert that I did really enjoy going to that was really small was Emma Blackery. I know you've seen them a couple of times.
I've seen Emma Blackery 3 times.
Have I seen them?
Yeah, twice? You came to the first time I saw Emma Blackery when she had Arthur Walwyn supporting.
Don't remember.
He did that one song with her. What song was it that he did? It wasn't Go the Distance, was it? He did a song with her, like back in the YouTube days.
Right, okay.
So he supported her, and that was... She only had like EPs out at the time. I think she might have done a few covers and stuff.
I really, really liked seeing her the last time that we saw her when she did the Villains tour.
Yeah.
That was really, really good. But I did love her old stuff, and I really liked a lot of the songs on Villains, but a lot of them were growers for me. You know, when you have an album that you've, on first listen, you're like, I'm really not sure about this, and then it's a grower. That I felt like that about Villains for Emma Blackery.
Villains was probably a lot more kind of electronic pop that we weren't very used to.
Yeah, it was very different.
It was very different to the kind of music we were used to. But Villains Part 2, banger.
Villains Part 2, absolute belter. Literally, like, I listened to that song with earphones in for the first time and thought, this is the best thing that has ever hit my ears.
The volume cannot be loud enough.
It cannot be loud enough. And then I have the same feeling about The End by As It Is. It's the very last song on the Great Depression album. Incredible.
It is a very
incredible. It hits so hard. I cried on the bus the first time I heard that song. Like, it was so good.
That album was like, I don't know if I'd use the word like revolutionary, but it was...
That's in my top albums of all time.
Yeah, it was a memorable time when that album came out. That was an incredible release.
Yeah, iconic for me.
As It Is coming back is like...
As It Is coming back is so exciting. Obviously, we saw them at Slam Dunk together at the start of the year, which was just incredible.
Yeah, that was their first show back.
Yeah, what a comeback show.
Because we went to the South one on the Saturday, so that was their first show back in 7 years or something, I think they said. It's been a long time.
I lost my shit when As It Is reposted our TikTok.
Yeah, that was like so... It was such a spur of the moment TikTok, like you literally was just like...
Yeah, I was like, we should do something
do
with this.
Like we should zoom in on the t-shirt and then it cuts to the band and then we did it. As It Is are another one that are like a lot more rough than I expect it to be when I get there.
You don't expect them to...
Because you think it's like, oh, it's like teenage pop punk.
Yeah.
And then the crowds for As It Is are like wild.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild. Yeah, incredible.
Another one that I really enjoy seeing them because they're small. They're a nice, cheap, go and visit them, go and see them. But it's, how do I explain what I'm trying to say? They're one of my favourite bands in terms of pop punk bands. Yeah. So like for me, like they're really up here in my music taste, but like they're so cheap and cheerful to go and see, like because they're a small band and I don't realise. Yeah, I really enjoy seeing them.
I kind of like that they've kind of gone through all the phases as well. Like, because they were kind of like the pretty boy emo band at first, with like the Bieber flick and
oh my god, Patty with that flick.
Yeah. And then he like dyed it black and started putting heavy eyeliner on. We all went through that phase.
Very MCR.
We all went through that phase, and now he's he's like caught up with the trends a bit more, and they're a lot more trendy now than they were.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. That's the perfect way to put it. It absolutely broke my heart when Ben left, as it is. It just felt to me like that it wouldn't be the same, so I'm very glad that now they're coming back, that I have Ben back with them.
Yeah, definitely. Ben's an incredible musician.
Yeah, incredible.
It's nice to see all of their like fires reunited a little bit.
Yeah.
Reignited, not reunited. Reignited.
Technically,
it's
reunited.
Both. Yeah, but their fire has reignited.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have we seen As It Is? We've seen As It Is a lot.
Yeah, a fair few times, to be honest. I wouldn't be able to put a number on it. Less than McFly, I'd have thought. Did McFly, am I making it up, did they do the smaller gigs where they played an album?
Oh, the anthology tour.
Did they do that?
So they did 3 nights in each city.
Okay.
And they played 2 albums a night. So we saw them, we only got to see one. I think we were too young at the time to be able to afford 3 nights in a row.
That is so sad.
Because I would absolutely do it now.
Yeah.
But we saw them play the Radioactive album.
Love that album.
And Above the Noise.
Okay,
Is
good
that
albums.
what it's called? They're probably my 2 favourites, so they were the perfect 2 to go and see in full. And then they just played like the hits and stuff after.
I do love Motion in the Ocean. It's got some absolute
All
crackers.
of them are great. Wonderland's an amazing album as well. Like the Ballad of Paul Kay. I loved that way too much as like a 12-year-old girl. When it's about like a middle-aged man going through a midlife crisis.
So happy. The last time we saw McFly, they played Broccoli.
Yes, they don't.
Was that
play
the last?
very
That wasn't the
often.
last time. The time
it was the time before, because the last time was Warwick Castle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was incredible.
That was so good. I would never expect them to play Broccoli, but
McFly is such a wild one because they do such a range of venues. Like one year they'll play the Academy and next they'll be playing the Arena.
Yeah, I never ever
I never know what they're going to play.
Yeah, because their tickets prices then completely change. Sometimes I'm expecting to pay like 40 quid because they're at the O2, and then other times it's like 60, 70 because you're seeing them at the NIA.
Yeah, it's wild because it just switches up like that.
Yeah.
Because we've seen them in so many venues now.
I like seeing McFly in a small venue.
Yeah, definitely. I think they play the better songs in a smaller venue because it's for the fans that will know the more niche ones.
Other than they did play Broccoli at the NEC.
Was that at the NEC that they played that?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I thought that was at the O2.
No, it was when we were on the front row when Jazz and Sue said.
Oh, that was the Young Dumb Thrills tour, so that was like a couple of tours ago.
Yeah.
That was like 2021.
Wow. Goodness me, I did not think it was that long ago.
Yeah, that was 2021, that tour was, because it was just after COVID.
Even though we've seen McFly in smaller venues, we got the closest actually at that concert at the NIA.
Yeah.
NIA or NEC?
NEC that was, because if you remember, we sat, Sue had food in the foyer and then we went our separate ways.
At the NEC, Resorts World, BP Pulse. When we saw them there, they did like the second stage thing where Danny came and sang Red on the second stage.
On the B stage.
And B stage, yes. And he also did an acoustic with Tom. What did they do? Yeah,
it was Walk in the Sun, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
It was one of the slow ones. Or Not Alone. They definitely did Not Alone.
Not Alone, it was.
They might have done both.
I don't remember it being Walk in the Sun.
I can't remember. They definitely did Not Alone.
Because that's just Danny, really, isn't it?
But I'm not sure if he did that before Tom came out. Okay. I can't remember.
Either way, Phil does her research, so she knew that Danny was going what time Danny was coming onto the B stage.
I looked at what song they did prior to the B stage, so I was like, when this song finishes,
we legged it.
Run over there, because we were on like the front row of the section of seating. We were about halfway back, and we were the front row of that section. So the B stage was literally like just the other end of the row. So as soon as they finished whatever the last song was on the A stage, I was like, run that way. And we were like on the barrier for that. That was really cool.
That was really good.
That's the closest I've ever been.
Yeah. We were
I was on the barrier for that. Like very front row for the B stage. So that was great.
So it's funny that even though we've seen them at like the Civic Hall, which is a small venue in Wolverhampton, and the O2 Academy, which is small, obviously in Birmingham, we've actually been closer when we've been at big venues like that.
It was the same for the Vamps because we saw them at I think it was the NEC again, it was BP Pulse.
Yeah.
And they did the Brad Pitt tickets. Yeah. So they had like the Wow Pit was like against the main stage, but then they had the runway and where it kind of comes out at the end of the runway.
Yeah, definitely.
So the Brad Pitt was like £30, which was
it was incredible.
Steal.
Bring back Brad Pitt
Absolute
tickets.
bargain. So we were like on the very front of the end of the runway. So when they did that bit, we were like,
yeah, definitely.
So we always have better luck in the arenas for some reason.
So interesting to think of that.
Yeah. And when we saw them the last time in an arena, we got a drumstick.
Yes.
So we always have better luck in the arenas for some reason.
It actually bounced out of my hand into Jazz's hand.
Yeah, it was one of us.
Oh, like stopped the impact and then Jazz caught it. Very, very good. Enjoyed that. Very good gig.
Yeah, amazing show.
Overall, would you rate a large venue or a small venue higher?
Oh, man. It has to be small for me. I mean, I think there's more, like, people who go to the small venue shows are there to have fun.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the time in arenas, you'll have people that will go because they know one song that they've heard on TikTok.
Yeah. So they get that, the back-seated ones.
Yeah. And you just won't have... It's just, there's more... The ratio of people having fun to not is much better in a smaller venue.
Yeah.
Like XOYO, back when it was the Mill, we saw the Aces there.
Yeah.
And everyone was there for a good time. There wasn't many miserable people there. Everyone was there to have fun. And I've seen a few people there. I saw Kian DeCrow there a few years ago with Sadie Jean supporting, which was exciting because I didn't realise she was supporting her. I do know a couple of her songs. Yeah, it's a great... Even when we saw the one band that we didn't particularly enjoy there, it's a good venue. Yeah. It's a good venue.
The one thing that I will give large venues is screens.
Yeah.
Like,
but you
at
don't
least
need them
you
in the
can
small ones.
properly see them when you're, like, halfway back and, like, it's on a big screen or whatever. Yeah. But, a small venue for me as well. It feels more intimate. It feels... I don't know, it just feels different. Completely different vibe. I really like a small venue, definitely.
Very different vibe.
100%.
I definitely opt for the smaller venues, 100%.
Nice. And they're cheaper.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, not always. But
one thing that it's going to make me sound really old, but really enjoyed for Dinosaur Pile-Up this time, was it was kind of like a 50-50 love-hate thing because they had the show a little bit earlier.
Okay.
So it was kind of like getting there after work was pretty stressful.
Yeah.
To try and get there on time. We did miss the first support act. I think they're called like Snake Eyes or something. It's Snake something. We missed those. But we did catch the excerpts. They were really good as well. I think they would be your vibe.
Yeah,
I think you should listen to
me
them.
About them.
But it did mean that the show was finished by 10 o'clock.
Early bedtime.
Like... Being in bed for 11 is like my perfect time, so
yeah,
like being back and in bed for about 11 o'clock was great.
Nice.
It's a love-hate feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's so stressful trying to get there when you don't finish work till 5, and it takes me an hour to get home.
Yeah.
So it's quite stressful having to get home and then get into Birmingham when the doors open at 6.
Yeah.
And that's like the time I'm getting home, and I've still got to get there. But we managed it. We did it. I just went from mum's instead of from mine because she's closer to my work.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
100% recommend Dinosaur Pile-Up.
Nice.
And anyone into that kind of rocky, grungy, karangy music. And I suppose the most similar one that we've got coming up to that would be probably the Subways.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're going to see those yet. They're another small band that'll be really good to go and see. I've not seen them before.
Because that one's an anniversary tour of one of their older albums as well, so that'll be good fun.
Yeah, definitely. That's coming up in September, right? Or is it October?
I think that one's October.
Okay. Coming soon though.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be good.
Right, I think that just about does it for this week's episode.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you very much for watching. That's it for this week's episode. We will see you again next week with another brand new episode.
Yeah, it'll be McFly versus Busted on the next one.
McFly versus Busted. Can't wait for that one. I'm really excited. Back into concert season.
Let's go.
Let's go, girls. Right, thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.